Hi, everyone. My name is Matt Virgil. I'm the head of school here at Hudson Montessori School, and I wanted to do a video that shows how our arriving and departure procedures will work as we enter into the school year in a few days. So I'm going to go through our morning arrival, our midday departure, our afternoon departure, and also talk about those who are doing before hours and after hours care in our Children's House and Above programs. So I'm going to start first with our morning arrival. We have several divisions that are arriving starting as early as 7:45 and going to 8:30. I'll start with the middle school. Students in the middle school can be dropped off from 7:05. We ask them to arrive by 8:05 a.m. If middle school parents are arriving around that 7:45 time, this area right here will be open and you can drive right up and your child can get off and walk this way. As we get closer to 8 o'clock, we will have cars beginning to queue up here to drop off for dismissal into the main building. If you arrive and you see those cars lined up, I'd ask you to line up behind those cars and move through car line with the other cars, and your middle school student can get off here and walk over to the middle school. So please avoid passing on the left. Starting at 8 o'clock, elementary, so lower elementary and upper elementary students can arrive. Parents can drive in and around here, and they will be dropped off right here in the morning. We will not be doing temperature checks as we did last year. That's school-wide. And so they will get out. We'll have staff here to unload them, and they will walk to class. They will walk through the hallways this year, and they will be assisted by their lead teachers and assistants in putting their materials in their cubbies and maintaining social distance before they go into the classroom. Starting at 8:15, we have Children's House and Young Children's Community students arriving. I'm going to start talking about Children's House and then do Young Children's Community. In the Children's House, we are also asking that parents line up here and have their children drop off. We will have, again, staff members, and we'll also have sixth grade students that will help students into the building and walk them to class, where they will be greeted by their assistants and their lead teachers to help with unloading and putting things in their cubby and then moving into the classroom. I do want to note that is a change from last year where we had Children's House parents walk in. And so we understand that at the beginning of the year, that may be a bit of a new experience for your child to get out of the car. We will have consistent adults there every day, so they will be able to put a familiar face with the person helping them out of the car. And it's a great way for them to begin to learn independence as they get ready for this school year. And then lastly, we have Children and Young Children's Community. Those parents we're going to ask to park in this parking lot. We're going to maintain these parking spots right here that face the recess field, and also these spots right over here. For parents to park, they will walk up here and they'll enter the front door, and they will either walk to Miss Hamilton's class or to Miss Jillian's class. And we'd ask those parents to wear face masks when they enter the building. Did want to note on the first day, we have a lot of parents that like to walk their children up, and that's wonderful. And we absolutely encourage that. We will have the opportunity to take a picture in front of the school for the first day of school, which we love to have you take part in. And then you can either choose to, on that day, walk your child into the class. That's totally fine. If you'd like, we need you to wear a face mask, or we'll be able to help your child walk in by him or herself. So did want to acknowledge that about the first day of school. At 11:30, we have midday car line. We have Miss Hamilton's class and some students from Miss Jillian's class dismissing in the Young Children's Communities. Those students, when it's good weather, will be in the courtyard. So we'll ask parents to park here and walk up the South Fire Lane and meet their children in the courtyard and pick them up. And then we also have children in Ms. Blatnick's and Mrs. Case's class leaving midday. Those students will be right here at the North Fire Lane, and we'll have staff that will help. You can line up here, pull up. We'll help your child into their car. We are not able to buckle car seats by Ohio law. So what we try to do is get them safely into their car seat, and then you can pull up right here to this area, which is we call it up the buckle up zone. You can pull up, hop out, buckle in your child before you exit out onto 91. If there is poor weather for young children's community on those days, we will have the students also here at the main entrance. We'll have them inside, so we'll have a bit of a longer line, and just if you can stay in one line, work it through. We'll know if you're picking up a child here or here, and again up to the buckle up zone and pull out. In the afternoon at 3:15, we have our busier departure, and so we have a lot of activity. First thing I want to note to you is that we will be asking you to enter in here and come kind of snake through the parking lot and form a long line that will ultimately start here when we dismiss. And just a reminder, if you arrive and you're at the if you are arriving, I would just ask two things. One is that you try to stay as close to the car in front of you as possible, and also keep your eyes open when you have gaps in front of you to tighten that up. And the reason I say that is because we will be needing to stack 2 lanes here of traffic, because there's a very good chance that we could spill out onto Route 91. So if we're watching the cars in front of us and keeping really tight to them, we can get as many cars in as possible on our parking lot and not have cars coming out here. We have 2 loading points for dismissal at 3:15. On the South Fire Lane, the students will be outside, and those are the Children's House classes and the Young Children's Community. So there will be staff members that will help load your child into the classroom. Same as with midday car line, we can't buckle car seats. We will absolutely help them their children into their car seats, and we just ask that you then move through this car line up into the buckle up zone where you can get out and buckle your child into the car. And then we also have lower elementary and upper elementary students. They'll be on the North Fire Lane. They will pull up and we will load them into the car. And so everyone exits out here. I will say at this time of day, 91 can be difficult to exit onto, especially turning left. We have been in touch with the Hudson Police Department to assist us, especially in the earliest days of school with that process. And we anticipate that they'll be helping. Middle school students, they can be picked up at 3:15 as well. Middle school does request, if you can, be closer to 3:30 to pick up. It helps with them wrapping up their day and all their responsibilities. But if you arrive while car line is still going on, please wait here, come through the car line, and your middle school student will come down this sidewalk and come over here to be picked up. And then lastly, I want to note before hours and after hours care for Children's House and above. This does not address children in Ms. Jillian's Young Children's Community Toddler class that are going to be doing before and after hours care. We will be communicating with them individually, but for Children's House and above, that room this year is going to be in the activity room. It's a bit obscured by these trees, but it is this area of the building. So in the morning and the afternoon, assuming that there's not car line traffic, you can park here by this green arrow, walk down here. You'll actually walk around the building, and there will be a door here. It will face the the playground, and our staff will be ready to help your child get settled in for before hours care or for help pick up for after hours care. So I realize that is a lot of information for our arrival and departure times. In my view, we try to prioritize safety first and efficiency second. We are always watching this, and if we need to make adjustments, we will. If you have any questions about the procedures, you can contact me here at school, or you can contact Kim at the reception desk as well, and we can assist you. And look forward to seeing you all quite soon. Thanks very much.